Samsung fans, if you've been waiting to hear about the Galaxy S26 Ultra, here's something that might just make your day. While the rest of the Galaxy S26 models might bring a mix of features and changes, the Ultra variant seems to be taking a more predictable and powerful route when it comes to its processor. That's right, all signs point to the Galaxy S26 Ultra sticking with Qualcomm's Snapdragon chip. Not just any chip, but the next generation Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2. No surprises there, right? Samsung has often gone back and forth between using its own Exynos chips and Qualcomm's Snapdragon processors. But this time, it looks like the most premium model in the Galaxy S26 lineup is playing it safe and smart by going all in on Snapdragon. For those who've followed Samsung's chipset history, you know the company used to release different versions of the same phone for different markets. Some regions got Exynos-powered models, while others got the Snapdragon variant. This often led to confusion and, in some cases, frustration because the Snapdragon version usually performed better. But with the Galaxy S25 lineup, Samsung made a shift. All models across the board used Snapdragon chips. And it looks like the company is planning to do the same again, at least for the Ultra variant of the Galaxy S26. This information isn't just guesswork. It comes from the very first firmware files for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. In those files, there's a reference to a processor with the code PMK8850 that may not mean much on its own, but when we compare it to the code for the Snapdragon 8 Elite in the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which was 8750, it becomes clear. The PMK8850 is almost certainly the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2. So, what can we expect from this new chip? For starters, it's rumored to use Qualcomm's Oryon CPU architecture, which is a redesign aimed at boosting performance even further. The standard version of this chip could reach speeds of up to 4.6 GHz, but Samsung might get a special customized version, a Snapdragon for Galaxy Edition, that could go as high as 4.7 GHz. That's seriously fast, and it could give the Galaxy S26 Ultra a noticeable edge in performance. According to early estimates, this chip might offer up to 25% better performance compared to its predecessor. And it's not just about speed. The graphics capabilities are expected to improve as well, making the phone ideal for gaming, content creation, and other heavy tasks. We'll likely hear the official details about the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 in September, when Qualcomm is expected to announce it. But based on what we've seen in the firmware, it's safe to say the Galaxy S26 Ultra will pack serious power. Now, let's talk about the other rumored features of the S26 Ultra. The phone may come with a 6.9-inch OLED display, slightly larger than the previous models. But it's not just about size. This display is also expected to offer improvements in brightness and color accuracy, which should make everything from watching videos to editing photos look even better. On the camera side, the S26 Ultra could include a 200-megapixel main sensor. But the bigger upgrade here might be a wider aperture, which means better low-light performance. In simpler terms, your night shots are about to get a whole lot clearer. The periscope zoom lens might also get a refresh, with a new 50-megapixel sensor offering 5x optical zoom. Memory options will likely remain solid, with choices between 12GB and 16GB of RAM, depending on the variant. Storage options haven't been confirmed yet, but it's safe to assume Samsung will continue offering generous internal storage, maybe even going up to 1TB again. As for the battery, the S26 Ultra will probably stick with a 5000 mAh cell. While that's still decent, it's not exactly impressive anymore, especially when some mid-range phones are now coming with 10,000 mAh batteries. If you're someone who wants a phone that lasts a full days on a charge, this might be a little disappointing. Still, with all the performance and display improvements, it's hard to complain too much. To sum it up, if you're planning to get the Galaxy S26 Ultra, you can rest easy knowing it will likely run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, a chip that's shaping up to be one of the most powerful on the market. With big gains in speed, better graphics, camera enhancements, and a brighter display, Samsung's next Ultra phone is shaping up to be a true flagship. We'll keep you updated as more leaks and official announcements come in. But for now, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is already looking like a beast, and it's only just getting started.